On Christmas night 1945, a tragic and mysterious event unfolded in Fayetteville, West Virginia, leaving behind unanswered questions that continue to puzzle investigators and enthusiasts to this day. George and Jenny Sodder, along with their 10 children, were celebrating the holiday in their family home. The joy of the season was quickly overshadowed by an unimaginable disaster that would forever change their lives. At approximately 1 a.m. on Christmas morning, a fire broke out in the Sodder home. George and Jenny managed to escape with 4 of their children, but the 5 who had gone to bed upstairs were never seen again. Despite an extensive search of the house's remains, no trace of their bodies was ever discovered. This sparked a decades-long debate. Did the children perish in the fire, or were they abducted as part of a larger, more sinister plot? Welcome again, viewers of History X. George Sodder, an immigrant from Italy, was known for his hard-working nature and strong political opinions. He openly criticized the Italian dictator Benito Mussolini, a stance that had reportedly angered some in the local community. After settling in the United States, George built a successful trucking business and raised a family with Jenny, a devoted homemaker. The events of that fateful night began innocently enough. The children played with their Christmas gifts before heading to bed, while the parents stayed up a little longer. Around 1 a.m., Jenny awoke to the smell of smoke. Investigating the source, she discovered flames engulfing the downstairs area. George and Jenny quickly evacuated 4 of their children, but the remaining 5, who were sleeping upstairs, could not be reached. George's attempts to rescue them were thwarted at every turn. His ladder, typically stored near the house, was missing. Both of his trucks, which he intended to use to climb to the second-floor windows, refused to start. Efforts to call for help were futile, as the phone line appeared to have been deliberately cut. By the time the fire department arrived hours later, the house had been reduced to ashes. Authorities initially concluded that the missing children had died in the fire, but George and Jenny were skeptical. Experts pointed out that house fires typically do not burn hot enough to completely destroy human bones, yet no remains were found, and the fire itself was not believed to have lasted long enough to achieve such total destruction. Further investigation revealed a series of troubling anomalies. The phone line had been severed, and the family's ladder was discovered discarded far from its usual location. In the weeks leading up to the fire, George had been threatened by an insurance agent who reportedly warned him, "Your house will go up in smoke and your children will pay the price." George suspected these threats, combined with his outspoken criticism of Mussolini, may have made him a target. Witness reports further deepened the mystery. A bus driver claimed to have seen individuals throwing what appeared to be firebombs at the Sodder home. Nearby, an object resembling an incendiary device was found. In the aftermath, several people reported sightings of the missing children, including a hotel worker who claimed they were staying with 2 unfamiliar adults. These accounts, however, were never verified. Determined to uncover the truth, the Sodders launched their own investigation. They erected a billboard featuring photographs of the missing children and offered a reward for information. Over the years, additional clues surfaced, including a photograph mailed to Jenny in 1960, purportedly showing one of the missing boys as an adult. The accompanying note read, "Louis Sodder, I love brother Frankie." Despite hiring a private investigator, the family could not trace the sender. George Sodder passed away in 1969, and Jenny died in 1989, never learning what became of their children. The billboard, a symbol of their relentless search for answers, was eventually removed by the surviving family. To this day, the mystery of the Sodder children remains unresolved, captivating those who study unexplained events and unsolved cases. Whether the fire was an accident or part of a calculated scheme, and whether the children perished or were abducted, remains unknown. It is a story that endures, inviting speculation and hope that one day the truth may come to light.